What up, everybody? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw, yeah, and we're going back to the original world of the Fantastic Four. That's right, issue 117, and Johnny Blaze has finally found his love of his life, the Inhuman Crystal, but she's in the clutches of Diablo. Yes, Diablo, a villain that was sent away by Doctor Doom. With his psychic powers and his alchemy, also his tech, he is an unstoppable villain, but the story takes off with the Human Torch looking for Crystal. Yes, Crystal was a member of the Fantastic Four and an Inhuman who can control the elements, but yet she started to feel sick. Reed said it was the atmosphere and she needed to be around the Inhuman's atmosphere. It's a particular kind of atmosphere. It's actually very clean. There's no pollutants in it. So they sent her back home, or at least so they thought. The Human Torch gets hit by a laser beam out of nowhere. And these Inhumans are swearing their loyalty to Maximus. Yes, Maximus the Mad. It seems like he gets out and takes over every other week. He seems to take it over from Black Bolt, so I don't know if his leadership's that good or Maximus just seems to be getting out. You be the judge. Anyways, he flames on, and of course, he's taking care of these guys, and his main concern is Crystal. He really doesn't want to deal with another Maximus the Mad. He doesn't really want to deal with anything like that. Crystal is gone. And these guys seem to know something, yet they know nothing. So they ask what happened to Crystal. Crystal never showed up, because Johnny deduces that Maximus would actually flaunt her and take the credit for it. So after he dispatches his troops, he flies off. But Agatha, Harkness, sends something at her house of wonder. The Fantastic Four are relaxing. Reed and Sue are enjoying a much-needed day off. So is Ben and Alice. And, of course, Alice is blind. She's feeling her way around the statues, trying to get ideas for sculptures. And Ben does not like this house. He is totally creeped out about it. The cat comes and gives him a little nuzzle, and it literally makes him jump. Yes, the ever-blue loving thing has jumped. Of course, he hears Reed shout, and he uses any excuse to run out of that house. And it's Johnny, and yes, his flame is actually falling. He has used too much energy to get back. So he's falling out of the sky, but he's still hot. It burns Reed, but Thing has no such problem. And of course, Thing played football, so it's all good. Thing makes the catch. Johnny is basically used up. His flame is used up. It took everything that he had just to fly here. Johnny comes to, and he says that Crystal's gone. He asks Agatha to help him out, to use her magic, her spells. She's helped out a few times before. She's even contacted the Watcher, and now she's reaching out, looking for Crystal, looking for answers. And the crystal ball glows, and they see her for a moment, and then it vanished. Something's fighting back. Something reached out and stopped them. Now Johnny is distraught, wondering what's going on. Why didn't it work? He says something powerful is blocking him. And this explains what happened. Crystal ended up in a desolate land. Ruins. Yes, she actually ended up somewhere in Mexico. She has no idea where or why. But out of nowhere, an exploding pellet hits and knocks her out. And this is Diablo. And Diablo has a lot of tricks. He takes people under psychic control sometimes. It really depends on which Diablo, which version of Diablo you're looking at. And of course, this guy invents stuff. He pissed off at Dr. Doom, of course. And he wants revenge. And of course, later that night, Johnny tries to read a book, but the crystal ball glows. And he finds out that it's Crystal. And she's located somewhere in the Mayan temples. Of course, Johnny, there's no flies on Johnny. He, of course, takes off. He does his flame on routine, and Ben's, of course, having nightmares about the house. He wakes up, and, of course, he sees Johnny take off. And Diablo right now is trying to pass Crystal off as a goddess. That's exactly what he's doing. He's using her elemental power to pass her off as a goddess and take control of the local people so they'll revolt and he could take over the country. And, of course, under his mental spell, through his potions and other such things, she's using her power basically to scare these people, to keep a hold on them, and of course to use them to revolt. And this is Diablo's master plan. Like I said, this man's a manipulator in different ways. He does have mental control over people, but he does that through potions, other things, devices. So like I said, Diablo is pretty tricky. And of course the masses are actually with him. They're afraid, so he goes back down, mixes himself a little potion for Crystal to keep her under his spell. Because he needs her. He needs this fake goddess who is actually an inhuman. He gives her the spell. And of course, the guy ruling things right now really underestimates Diablo. He thinks he's just another naysayer, just another person that wants to basically start a revolution, and he could crush immediately. So he decides to send his army, his jets actually, his air force, and they cannot stand up to Crystal. They cannot stand up to her at all. And basically everyone's just wondering what's going to happen next. But yet, out of the sky, they see something else. They see a man of flame. Yes, Johnny Storm has showed up, looking for Crystal, wondering where she is. And all these jets showed up as well. Will the enemy of my enemy be my friend? Will Johnny be able to find Crystal and beat Diablo? Will these people actually be free from his clutches? Well, as always, we'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.